Hi, good afternoon, everybody. This is Emanuela from Clessidra, and I'm very pleased today to be at the Green Market, Christmas Market, and we will all virtually travel to Italy. I think you might know that Clessidra has been operating in Singapore for about 9 years. And what we do is to bring authentic, genuine food, Italian food to the Singaporean consumers. So today, what we are going to do is to travel to Italy to find out what is authentic, genuine, and sustainable food. What I would like to do is to start with sharing with you what we believe is authentic foods. Authentic foods that are those that are just what they should be. Good and pleasing to the palate, and who know how to appreciate them, and healthy for people and for the environment. So I think this comes from growing up in a country where a few years ago still we would get food from farms, we would get food from vegetable gardens, and everything was very, very fresh. Just really straight from the source to our table. And this is good food. Good food means it's healthy for the people and healthy for the environment. So you will see when we go on with this presentation, how we source this good and pleasant food for you. Now, sourcing authentic food means traveling around Italy, going in the most hidden places where there are small farms, small families that grow vegetables or they grow cereals, and they process them in their own meal. So behind these products, there is a lot of passion. There are generations, 2 or 3 generations, and there is competence that comes from experience, and it comes from studying how to improve and keep the products genuine and authentic. Now, this passion and competence has to go along the entire supply chain. So how we source the ingredients and what kind of ingredients we source, it becomes very, very important. All this comes, of course, at a cost. Now, when we think about Italian food, especially in Singapore, we think about pasta, olive oil, pasta sauce, wine, baked goods. Now, these are daily use products. And these are products that we find in supermarket or we find in specialty stores. Now, what we find in main markets or in the common distribution channels is what we call commercial products. Means that they are made by big factories. They are made with ingredients sourced from different countries, and they have a long shelf life. And when we look at the production process, companies, the manufacturer, look at the profitability and at increasingly lower prices. Now, this, as I mentioned, these daily use products like pasta and extra virgin olive oil or pasta sauce can be authentic or can be mass production kind of products. What we have at Clessidra, these are the same categories, but they are the result of small, often artisanal production. They focus their attention on quality, and they follow basically traditional recipes that help to maintain the organoleptic characteristics of the products and the ingredients that are processed in this food. Now, this search started for us about, as I mentioned, 9 years ago, when we started traveling around Italy to look for these products. Now, when we look for, Italy is a beautiful country to travel, but sometimes it's quite difficult to get to these places. It's quite difficult to find these farms that don't even know how to export, or sometimes they have very limited quantity of their ingredients. And sometimes they can't even guarantee a consistency of quality of the same products throughout the year. Why this? Because they use their own ingredients that they grow themselves, and the quality of the ingredients depends on the weather, depends on different things that might happen. So we will see later, especially for the extra virgin olive oil, a good harvest or a bad harvest, depending on the weather and how ripe the olives are, will make the same extra virgin olive oil very different from one year to the other. Okay, so I have chosen for today 3 different suppliers we work with, 3 of our partners. And what we are going to do now is to find out how the same product made in a different way or sourced in a different way create a completely different experience. Now, you see tomatoes right here in this picture. Tomato sauce can look all the same, right? It's a tomato sauce. And actually in Italy, there are over 300 different types of tomatoes, 300 varieties. Each of them grows in a different area, and it's typical of that particular area. If we make a pasta sauce or a passata or a dip with local tomatoes, they can taste very different. The same recipe can taste very different. And what we found most likely in the supermarket is the mass production tomato, grown in greenhouses and grown throughout the year. What we have with our products and what we are very proud to help you taste the difference is that different types of tomatoes from the same area or from different areas give you a completely different taste and texture of the final product. So, for example, I'm going to show you live. This is a tomato passata. So the crushed tomato that we use to make pasta sauce or to put on our pizza or to dress our other dishes like fish. This tomato comes from Puglia, that is south of Italy. If you know are familiar with the shape of Italy, it's like a booth, a high heel booth. So Puglia is exactly on the heel of the booth. So this passata that look exactly the same, actually made with 3 different local varieties of tomatoes. So when you use local ingredients, there is another very important aspect that sometimes we miss in Singapore because there are no seasons and produce comes in from different parts of the world for 12 months a year, is that these tomatoes are in season, okay? Means in season that when we talk to our partner suppliers and in January or February, we ask if they have more tomato sauce or passata to send us, most likely they would say, sorry, it's sold out, or please wait until August when the new tomatoes come and we can make a new passata for you. Same for the orange jam. Orange is a winter fruit in Italy. So if they make a beautiful orange marmalade and they sell out within a few months because maybe that year the quantity was not big enough, we have to wait until the next December to get the new marmalade jam. This is a very, very important aspect. Not only because, first of all, we use local ingredients. We'll see later, most of our suppliers source the product at 0 kilometers, or 3 kilometers, or 6 kilometers. Anyway, very, very close to their workshop. And when you use ingredients in season, the genuinity and the freshness of the flavors is very, very different from the one that you normally find in a mass production product. So if you are a lover of good tomato, please come and have a look at this passata. And you can compare it with the tin one that you can buy in the supermarket. The sweetness and the texture of this tomato is something truly unique and truly genuine and nice. These are the people behind our tomato sauce. So it's a nonna, it's a nonno, and fresh basil grown in the garden. Okay, so this is another very important example is the extra virgin olive oil. So when we started about 9 years ago, the extra virgin olive oil was kind of starting to get appreciated by the Singaporean consumers. Because they were becoming aware of the health benefits of the extra virgin olive oil and becoming aware of how they could cook with a good extra virgin olive oil rather than other conventional oils. Now, we searched very, very hard over the years and to get the best extra virgin olive oil. So we could talk for hours about what is a good extra virgin olive oil, and I don't think we have time today. So I would invite you to scroll our Facebook page or to come over to the shop for a tasting. But basically what we did at the end was to find this very, very small farm. We will see more about this in detail later. That it's located about 300 kilometers north of Rome. They have their own olive groves. They handpick the olives, okay? And they mill them within 4 hours in the farm's own mill. Now, if we look at the traditional extra virgin olive oil that we find in the supermarket, they can be called olive oil, virgin oil, extra virgin olive oil. There are some characteristics of the extra virgin olive oil, including the acidity and how it's made, cold press or not. But if you compare an extra virgin olive oil in the supermarket, most likely it's made of Italian olives. We don't really know where it comes from in Italy. Italy has more than 500 varieties of olives, right? So there can be a blend, it can be from these olive groves, can be milled days after the harvest. Okay, so an olive is a fruit, and it's a live body when it's on the tree. Once you pick the olive, or the olive is ripe and falls off the tree, it becomes like a dead body and deteriorates very quickly. So why it's important to mill it within 4 hours from the harvest is because it still has all these characteristics and nutrients that we want to preserve for the final product. So again, like we did for the tomato, we smell and taste the difference of the extra virgin olive oil. It's a monocultivar, means using one type of olive or a blend. Can be made from own olives or third-party olives. Can be a gran cru, and we will go more in details about this. Can be produced or bottled. Okay, so produced means comes from the farm's own olive groves. Bottled, and most of the commercial olive oil are like this. They buy olive oil from different parties, and then they bottle. So it's not really a production process, it's a bottling process. Now, when, as I mentioned, when we started, one of the main focus of Singaporean consumers was about the healthy benefits of the extra virgin olive oil. If you don't have a high quality extra virgin olive oil, it's not a healthy product, okay? It can be actually quite not dangerous, but not so good for your body. So if you want to enjoy an extra virgin olive oil because it's healthy, you need to source a good extra virgin olive oil. Now, because we are coming into Christmas, another product we are quite proud of, actually, it's our Panettone. Now, an industrial Panettone with a long shelf life cannot be compared with a handcrafted product made with Mother East fresh eggs and homemade candied orange and leavened for hours, with no addition on any preservatives, with only the Mother East that has been fed every day for years. What makes a difference between a industrial Panettone is that an industrial Panettone is shipped around Christmas and most likely produced a few months earlier. Artisanal Panettone is baked just before Christmas and shipped to be made available for the consumers. Now, I would like to show you this This is from our supplier. Our panettone comes from a little workshop in northeast of Italy. And this is our panettone. And it comes in these boxes. So the freshness and the moisture that is inside the final product, the quality of the ingredients that they use, make it possible not to use any preservative, but just the quality of the ingredients that they use make it, sorry, I need to stop this. Oops, okay. All right, now we go to, before we go into the details, is that the aim of all this game that we have been playing for the past few years is to find the differences. The differences are so evident and perceptible when you taste the products and when you get used to this taste that it becomes more and more difficult to go back and buy the usual products, the commercial ones. Now, if we look at how authentic, genuine, and sustainable food is, Italian food is made, you have to travel to get to know the producers, talk to them, and understand how they make the products, with how much attention, passion, and enthusiasm they work on products to recover the history and the origin and make these products known and respected. We know all our suppliers personally. We talk to them on very, very often. They're very small entrepreneurial realities, like we are actually, with extraordinary stories to tell. And I'm going to share a few of them with you in a few minutes. And they have an amazing attention to detail in how they grow grow or source the ingredients, in how they process these ingredients, and in how they pay so much attention and passion for quality. Authentic, genuine, and sustainable food is the result of a territory. Okay, so we can say it's Italian product, yes, but there is a story that is related to the territory where these products come from that is very important to discover and to know behind each product. Now, the first one is about the extra virgin olive oil. As I mentioned, it's one of the very first products we started with a few years ago. And our extra virgin olive oil comes from a small farm called IMP, extra virgin olive oil. And IMP is really a story of passion and knowledge. The founder is a nuclear engineer and a business consultant that later in his certain stage of his life decided to buy a piece of land in this beautiful part of north of Rome that is in between Lazio and Tuscany. And this land has olive groves, and this land is where thousands of years ago the Etruscan civilization started. Etruscan civilization is actually before the Roman, and the Etruscan civilization gave birth to 3 of the Roman kings. And it's proven that Etruscans were making olive oil 3,000 years ago. And it's proven that the specific variety that Paolo is using is one of the varieties that Paolo is using in his extra virgin olive oil, the Canino, was used by the Etruscans 3,000 years ago. Now, so there is a very long tradition behind these products. And what makes this olive oil even more special is that they are cru and monocultivar. What does it mean, cru? Cru or gran cru is a word that we hear a lot about wines, champagnes in particular. Means that they are produced in a specific olive grove. Each cru has a distinctive aroma and flavor. So if you take this variety and you grow this completely different extra virgin olive oil. Another important thing about IMP extra virgin olive oil is that they are monocultivar, means they are made with one type of olive. They're not blends, they're just one type of olive. Now, because these olive oils come from olives from their own groves, excuse me, The same extra virgin olive oil, for example, we take this one that is made with Maurino olives. Every year has a different aromas and flavors, as I mentioned before, because it depends on the on the weather, if the harvest is done later or earlier, and so on. Now, this is the farm. You can see it's just a small workshop, basically, but this is where they have their own mill, and they mill the olives within 4 hours. This area is a truly unique territory because it's between the sea and a volcanic cone of a lake. And in 30 kilometers, you have different soils and different microclimates. And that makes a big difference in the different olive oils that they produce. I would like to invite you to come to our shop or to join one of our tasting sessions or master classes, where you can truly learn how to enjoy extra virgin olive oil and how to truly recognize high quality extra virgin olive oils. So I think we need to run a little bit. So when it comes to extra virgin olive oil, I always like to say something that is high quality extra virgin olive oil. It's Michelangelo used to say that the statue is already inside the marble block. I just removed the superfluous. So the same oil is already inside the olive, and the miller only has to extract it, damaging it as little as possible. But this operation is extremely complex. Okay. Now let's move quickly to the panettone. It's made by 2 guys. They are super fans of good food, good and healthy food. And so what they do is they mainly focus on high quality raw materials and passion for things done well. They have naturals, they use without additives, flavoring on dyes. Why? Because this is what they use to make the panettone. It's mother yeast and all the other leaven product for the panettone and the leaven product that they make. They use only fresh mother yeast without brewer's yeast. This makes the products very light, digestible, and so rich. Eggs are fresh, really fresh eggs. They come from a farm that is about 3 kilometers from the workshop, and they buy them daily from a farm, and they crack one by hand. The butter is Belgian butter from pure cream, beautiful, intense yellow, and with an incredible milk scent. Flour, not 000 flour, but only type 1. Stone milled from sustainable agriculture. And non-refined flour together with the mother yeast give more taste and a longer life to the product. That's why this panettone lasts only for 3 months without any preservative or additive. And candied orange, they buy the orange and the candy in-house. They mince them and they wait for the panettone season to come to put them in the panettone. So this is a true story of how the best raw materials make the quality of a product. And the best raw materials are, as you can see in this slide, it's only made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients. I invite you also to taste our panettone and compare it to a mass product one. So this is you see the Pandoro with this beautiful color of the eggs and moisture. Now, the last one is pasta. So we are traveling back again in Tuscany, where this Molinovaldarcha is a small family business. And they proudly say that before being pasta makers, they're farmers. So what happens is that they've been growing ancient qualities of wheat. Ancient wheat means it's local wheat that is not being genetically modified, native crops. And they grow them and they harvest and they stone mill them and they make pasta and flours. Okay, so before anything else, they are farmers, and that makes a really big difference. Now, how they do this? First of all, when we said sourcing your own ingredients very, very close to your workshop, how short is the grain supply chain at Molinovaldarcha? This is only 6 kilometers, okay? So from the wheat, the wheat travels to a mill that was a castle that was transformed into a granary. And the flours, these ancient wheats, are stone grind in the company. Now, stone grinding the wheat is the same as cold pressing the extra virgin olive oil. Basically, you process the raw material without heat. Heat destroys the nutrients. And so the stone milling process is exactly the same, preserves all the nutrients of the wheat. And that's why the color of this pasta, I'm going to show you, it's actually brown. It's not a wholemeal pasta, it's just a stone meal pasta. It means that they preserve the germ, and makes it much healthier and more digestible than any other pasta. The next step, so this is the stone grinding, and it preserves all the vitamins and the nutrients, and it's a healthier and more version for a more balanced diet, other than preserving the authentic taste and the distinctive flavors. And this is the pasta. So it's produced in it's bronze drawn and dried at low temperature. Once again, heat destroys all the nutrients. So drying a pasta at low temperature helps to preserve all the nutrients of this pasta, rather than a commercial pasta that is dried at very high temperature in a very short time. Okay, so that's all for today. Let me see if there is any question. No, somebody's asking if these high quality extra virgin olive oil are available in normal supermarkets. No, they are not. They are absolutely not. High quality extra virgin olive oil are much more expensive than conventional extra virgin olive oil. So they are not available in the supermarket. But other than the price point is also that high quality extra virgin olive oil are not mass produced to be available in supermarkets. So for example, our extra virgin olive oil, the new one, we just got the 2020 harvest. So these olive oil were made about 3-4 weeks ago, no more than that. These olive oils are made in, there is some varieties that are only 65 liters. I think the biggest quantity that they produce this year is about 350 liters. So these are not quantities that are, can bring these products in the supermarket. There is not enough to do it. And so no, they're not available, but please come and have a taste, or browse our Facebook or our web shop to find out when we do the next master classes and tasting events. But are normal olive oils, another question, are the normal olive oils bad for you? You mentioned health risk. Okay, I'm not saying health risk. They don't damage your health. They don't benefit your health as much as the premium extra virgin olive oil. Why? You will, once you taste this, you will see that they are bitter and spicy if drank by themselves. Okay, so bitter and spicy is an indicator of high quality extra virgin olive oil. Acidity is an indicator of high quality extra virgin olive oil. For this olive oil, we publish all the chemical analysis. Just to go for the simplest and easiest one to understand, polyphenols, okay? So polyphenols are antioxidants, basically. They help inside and outside your body. In this extra virgin olive oil, the average is 400 to over 500 milligram per kilo. That's the unit. Conventional extra virgin olive oil polyphenols are between 50 and 150, no more than that. So I'm not saying that normal olive oils are bad. I'm saying that normal olive oils are not as good as they should be for your health. Okay, so I think I am done with my presentation. I would like to thank you for your attention. Please visit our booth at the virtual market, or if you really want to enjoy this authentic, come over to our shop and have a taste, right? Thank you very much, everybody, and enjoy the market for the next, for the rest of the day and for tomorrow. Thank you.